Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Listen, I'm glad to have you guys here. Today is December 4th. It's a Wednesday, 2019. And, welcome to the show. Listen, let's get started. Let's open up the charts right here and take a look at this story. Futures surge after Bloomberg quotes unnamed sources. Now get that. Unnamed sources. As soon as I see that, and I see unnamed sources, I'm like, could be anybody. Seriously. It's like a story that's coming from an unnamed source. But, the markets fall for this garbage. And it's the same story over and over again. They're saying the United States and China are closer to a trade deal. Closer to a phase one deal or whatever. Haven't we heard this old song and dance all over again? Aren't they just pulling the same thing out all over again, and it's just pumping markets up? And these traders continue to fall for it over and over and over again. You know what? I was watching a show by Gregory Mannarino last night, and he said that they would pull this. He said that they would do this, and now the very next day, they're doing it. Exactly what he said that they would do. So, I'm not surprised because he clued me in on this. They're doing exactly what he said they'd do. They're trumping the same old thing out all over again. Let's take a look now at gold and silver prices today. And, we're seeing the same old gold and silver, Price goes up a little bit, they start to lose control over it, starts to go up a little bit, and they knock it right back down again, with their paper products that they're creating. They're creating paper silver. It's not real silver. But, all the way through the financial system, they're doing this stuff. They're creating assets that aren't real, connected to underlying assets that are real, And it's increasing, making it seem like the system has so much more piles of money in it than it does. And in this case, it's silver and gold. We're looking at the gold price of $14.75. And, I'm going to focus on silver here today. Silver's $16.98. And look at the price fall. The reason why it's fallen is it looks to the world, because of all these paper products, silver products, it looks to the world like there's far more real silver out there than what there really is. They've created hundreds to one of it's just mountains of paper. That says this is silver, but it's actually paper. If this thing breaks and people want the real silver, it's going to show up how much little real silver there actually is out there. It's amazing somebody doesn't come along that has a lot of money like the Hunt brothers did and try to buy up the real underlying asset and prove to the world that there is not that silver out there that they think there is. It's amazing somebody doesn't do that. They call that cornering the market. It's amazing somebody doesn't try to corner the physical silver market. I just find it amazing because there's so much paper wealth out there, and they could use their paper wealth to try to corner this market, And I'm amazed somebody doesn't do it because it wouldn't take that much, really. Maybe they're scared because they don't want to happen to them like happened to the Hunt brothers. Seriously. Let's take a look now at cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency today is catching a little bid. But it's not much. But it's enough to get it over 200 billion. It's back over 200 billion. 202.1 billion, it looks like. Let me refresh the page to see which way it's moving. It's moving up, but very slowly. 202.3 billion. 67% Bitcoin dominance. I don't see a lot of energy coming into it just yet. But bull markets always start with a very slow increase in price. It starts to creep up, and then it goes faster and faster. That's how it generally works, with a bull market starting again. But these asset classes, gold, silver, and cryptocurrency, are all undervalued, and they do it the same way all the way across the board they make it seem like there's more of them available than what's actually out there by creating fake gold, fake silver, SLV, GLD, and they create all this fake gold and fake silver, and they do the same thing with cryptocurrencies. The coins, they got all these coins that are supposedly on the exchange. Try to take all those coins off the exchange. They're doing the same thing they're doing with the dollars in the bank. This is why your bank teller, she keeps her screen to herself. They're instructed to do that. They got this little screen, like a TV screen they're looking at. That's because your money only exists as digits on the TV screen. And they got this big bank vault there behind the desk, and you can see the bank vault. It's empty. People think that their money's in there. They think, oh, they're storing my money in there and real physical money in there. No, it's empty. Your money is on that little screen. It's a bunch of little digits. If the electricity goes off, your money doesn't exist. It's as real as World of Warcraft money. It's like it doesn't exist in the real world. If everybody come to the bank and they wanted their money in cash, it doesn't exist. People don't know that. Something that simple. And also, when you give them your money, the bank doesn't have to give it back to you. And someday they're going to do it what they call a haircut, which is a bail-in of the banks. And they're going to take a certain percentage of your money, maybe all of it. Someday, I don't think they're going to take all of it, but they're going to take as much as they can possibly get away with taking when they do a bail-in. Someday they're going to do a bail-in. And you're going to be stuck. At the same time, a hyperinflation is going to be going on. So if they want to hold your money from you and not give it to you, then the hyperinflation is going to eat away its value at an extremely high rate. And so we got these asset classes right now that are available. They're on sale. Silver and gold are on sale. And the price is being suppressed with all these paper silver and gold, paper gold contracts. Let's take a look now at the Dow Jones. Lo and behold, it's went up. A couple 100 points up on this news that there's a trade deal when there is no trade deal. News from unnamed sources. So the market's up. Now let's take a look at oil prices. Now this is the only thing that's catching a genuine bid today. Up $1.71, 3% up. Oil prices today, $57.81. This is the only thing that's going up solidly is oil. And it's going up really good today. U.S. Treasuries. We see the yields one day, the yields fall, and the next day the yields rise. Today they're rising. There's a point in the future coming. It might be a year, maybe 2 years away, where a sudden realization is going to come upon all these traders who have bought into U.S. Treasuries. That, hey, the United States can never pay their debts off. That's number one. Number two is they're going to print their way out of this. They're going to print as much money as there are leaves on the trees. And that is actually a default on the U.S. Treasuries. It's a slow default, where they render the Treasuries totally 100% valueless by printing so much money that the country's currency goes into a hyperinflation and renders the Treasuries valueless. When they realize that they've bought into that, there's going to be a mad rush into gold, silver, and cryptocurrencies and out of these treasuries. And we're going to see these yields rise. This is going to make the debt burden of the United States totally unsustainable. And at that point in time, then they're going to print that much more money to try to make it sustainable. And the whole system's basically going to collapse into a hyperinflationary depression. Wow. That's what's coming in the future. No way out of this. This cannot continue to expand the way it is, the system. All these paper assets that they're creating is all a house of cards, and it cannot continue forever. What can't continue forever will come to an end. This is a law of the universe. If something's unsustainable, it'll come to an end. You know, and don't talk to me about this stuff like this time it's different. It's different this time. No, it's not different. It's going to come to an end. 97.52 on the U.S. dollar index. We're seeing the dollar index drop a little bit today. And gold and silver prices dropping at the same time. What's up with that? Listen, thank you guys for listening to this show. We'll catch you guys in the very next show. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.